On the new Husqvarna Viking Ruby Royale, you have built-in applique shapes. So you just come down here where the little flower and the pair of scissors are, and you have a total of 7 different shapes to pick from. So this will allow you to create an applique where the fabric is placed down, and then you can choose 3 different ways of stitching around the raw edge that is cut and then finished. You've got a narrow satin stitch, a wide satin stitch, and this one is a candle wicking. And if you don't know that, I knew that because I touched the question mark and it came up that that's the candle stitch wide, candle wicking stitch wide, and it adds a candle wicking stitch around the applique shape. So while you're here and before you actually go to stitch, you can make that size any size you want. Right now we've got the 360 by 200 hoop, so that'll give you an idea how big you can make that. That's an 8-inch circle there, or almost. If I did, so we can go up or down, and then once I touch OK, and we just went ahead and did the candle wicking was the last thing I picked, so that's what it's going to show up as. But you'll notice when we go to stitch, and I know it's not going to show right here, but when I touch go, it will start off, it's got actually 3 different setups. So the first one is going to be a placement, then it's going to stitch down. I'm going to put a piece of fabric in that area, then it's going to stitch it down, and I'm going to cut it away. And then when it goes to do the third one, that's where you can actually, I'm going to zoom in here, where it'll actually stitch the candle wicking. I know it actually shows like a wide zigzag there, but that is what it said it was going to do. And that is a great way to have fun fabric where you want it to be without actually having to wait for that whole entire area to be stitched. So to show you where we do, yes, I'm going to return out of there without finishing embroidering, but we were down in the embroidery applique section, and actually you could probably do 2 of them. Let's see here, if we did a heart, and then we made the heart inside the circle. Now we're talking, we could do double duty. We do the whole circle, fill it in with fabric, and then do the heart second. Oh, this could be fun. You'll want to experiment with the satin stitch widths, so you know for the bigger designs, pick the bigger options here, and then that way you really get the right result, the result that will look good for the size of shape you're actually doing. So here we go, now we have our little heart, and now we can move that around and position it, and we could even come in and put a monogram in the center of that if we chose to. We'll just come in and put a letter, and what we'll do an S, and then once again, we could position that over the top. Now remember, things stitch in the order we brought them in, so we'll do the circle, then the heart, and then the S on top. If you want to save it, that's what the heart here will let you do, and when you touch it, it'll let you save it to My Designs, and then you'd have that forever if you want to choose to use that multiple times, and even be able to, at a later time, come in and change that letter to a different letter. So I love the fact that it doesn't group it all together. I can still go in and edit what I want, or at any given time, so if I wanted to step through my designs, I can get to the circle, the heart, maybe delete just the heart, leaving the circle and the S. So you have lots of options with this machine. So have some fun and give the built-in applique shapes a try as you go in. Let's see, it's the one with the scissors, and you'll notice there's other shapes from stars, triangles, and the hexagons as well. How about the flower? That'd be kind of fun to play with as well.